Okay, so I think somebody else is going down on Monday, and I saw the thing the other day, and so this is what it says. So the Mirror part of the Daily Mail or something? I've always looked at them like, oh, is it like another like Inquirer or something? But they had exclusives and they were really good actually. So, I mean, decent little stories on the side. But I also seen this on the Daily Mail, so that's why I was like, I don't know who owns what or the companies. But anyway, they said the BBC's Panorama sparks frenzy after announcing sudden hour-long special on mystery subject. The long running BBC investigative documentary series has revealed a hour-long special edition of the show will air next week, but they have kept the subject detail a mystery. Maybe there was hints in this because I know people are saying there's more comedians. So I don't know if they're gonna go on this thing of throwing out all the comedians or whatever. That would be great too. I've already tackled some of the comedians, and I'm sure some of the ones that I've talked about beyond Catan, that some of these other people, yeah, because when you're seeing like the Adam Sandler thing, I was like, I'm pretty sure probably everybody that I was a fan of is a piece of shit. I'm actually almost sure that anybody I was a fan of is a piece of shit. And I was like, so I'm already like braced, like for any, like, cause I could see it. And, so I don't know if they're going to do that or if they're going to go, they can go on a whole bunch of people, dude. Like I was sitting there going, oh yeah, the Travolta thing for years. He's been covering it. You know what I mean? Like there was a whole bunch of people. I was like, yeah, I mean, any guy. Pretty much you could literally throw a stone and go, whoever it hits out in the fucking audience. Okay, we're going to go at you because you probably raped a shitload of people. Yeah. So pretty much. So it's kind of like that. I don't know what they're doing. Like they could do a big series of just the comedy world itself. They could do that. I was like, or it has nothing to do with any comedian. So the BBC has sparked a frenzy of curiosity by announcing an unexpected special edition documentary series, Panorama, which has been scheduled to air at the beginning of next week. Now, I don't know what it is, if it's like a ongoing series of like 10 video, I don't know, but this is out in their country there. So the long-running British current affair documentary program has been on air since 1953 and has blown the lid off of major scandals over the years, including investigating Scientology, exposing sex crimes with the Vatican, the uncovering abuse within the care system, and on Tuesday it was announced that a new edition of Panorama is due to air on Monday, the 2nd October at 9 p.m. However, the subject of the hour-long documentary has not been revealed. So this is a good one. I'm waiting for it. So it could be for anything because they're uncovering. Okay, so they uncover the Vatican, they uncover Scientology. So they're hitting up on all the like religious groups, right? Yeah, within the care system. Yeah. Yeah, it could be like the entire comedy world. It could be like government institute. It could be anything like that. That's an interesting thing. Okay, so then the only details being shared by BBC at this time of the announcement are very general overviews of what Panorama is as a series. So the BBC states in-depth current affairs report coverage covering a story behind the headlines. So while official BBC page dedicated to Panorama simply states that the next episode will be a special edition of the investigative documentary. The mysterious details of the upcoming show has sparked a frenzy of wild speculation over what the show could be about and what subject or subjects of the hour-long show will be. Earlier this month, the Channel 4 investigative documentary series Dispatches drew attention when an unexpected edition of the show was suddenly scheduled. The special edition of Dispatches was planned to coincide with the expose by the Times and Sunday Times as a joint investigation into abusive behavior with the mystery around the topic of both investigations drawing widespread interest. Before full details were revealed, ahead of the show airing, the Times published their findings. British comedian Russell Brand broke cover to sensationally reveal he would be the subject of the documentary and news article and vehemently deny all accusations, sexual abuses, rape, and coercive behavior. Okay, so then Brand said at the time these allegations pertain to the time when I was working in the mainstream so he said all bullshit, we don't care. So then almost too transparent. Okay, so making excuses for that. In the wake of the dispatches and Times accusations, more women have stepped forward to make accusations about Brand. So the Metropolitan Police have confirmed they are investigating some of the claims. A Met statement read, following an investigation by Channel 4's dispatches and the Sunday Times, and Met has received a number of allegations of sexual offenses in London. We have also received a number of allegations of sexual offenses committed elsewhere in the country and will investigate these. No arrests have been made. Have you guys heard anybody like LAPD or anybody like that going, come forward, victim? I mean, I wouldn't trust them anyway, but I didn't read anything like that. I've read it about them over in the UK, but some of the cases were here, so yeah. I mean, my thinking of it originally was, oh, it's going to be more comedian stuff. Because, I don't know, that was the hint to me, but maybe I'm totally wrong. It's going to be some other thing. It was just because other people are going, oh, there's more people just like him. And I was like, oh my God. So, I don't know if it's going to be a whole series on the entire comedy world. That would be really interesting. Because when I got into comedy, I only dealt with it in my school and stuff. But like I said, they made a special thing for Andy Dick. It was like covering for Andy Dick. And I still have people today saying, leave him alone. He's just Andy. This weird sympathetic thing to him. And I was like, I don't get it. He's a horrible person. Atrocious. He's not that way because he drinks. He's a piece of shit and then he drinks. So it's just, it's unreal. I was just like, everybody just letting that happen. And like I said, I was like, luckily, I didn't have him touch me. But, yeah, like when I'm looking back at it, it's pretty messed up, because you're kind of like normalized to a number of things, because I'm a kid growing up and everything's normalized to treat us like shit, right? But to an extent, it's like, it's almost like, okay, we know everything's bad, right? But we have to have some kind of comfort level with something, because otherwise, I can't like anybody. Because honestly, if I really went by they're all a piece of shit, yeah, I would never be a fan of anybody because they're all a piece of shit. Really, really, in reality. Because that's what's happening right now. It's like when I'm a kid, it's like I have to like somebody, and all the people that I pick is a piece of shit. But they're all a piece of shit. So no matter who I picked, I'm picking a piece of shit. Do you guys understand this at all? It's like, it's bad because when I'm looking back, I'm like, yeah, they were all treating us bad. But for some reason, these people are passable to me. And, it's bothersome. It is. And I felt like I was pretty ahead of a lot of people in how I think as I would never have called myself a feminist then because I didn't even know what the fuck it was. Just asking for my freedom and being treated like a normal human. That's all we're trying to do. But they don't treat us like human. And they're trying to defend themselves as treating us like shit. That's all they're saying. So, like, why would I want anything to do with any man that wants to fucking go on like that? I don't. How stupid of me. Yeah, if I want to die early.